So today we'll be speaking about the problem that India faces on the unemployment and underemployment. So India is the world's largest with population with around 400 million people under the age of 25. But instead of turning this into a strength, the country faces a serious problem. Millions of young people are either unemployed or stuck in low-paying informal jobs. And today I'll be speaking about this problem. So let's speak about what this problem is and why it matters. So unemployment means that people want to do the job but cannot find it, and underemployment means that people who are currently working, either the job does not meet the skill set or either are underpaid or are in the informal sector. So every year around millions of people join the labor market but are not able to find the job because the economy is not able to create as many jobs and absorb them. So they end up working in informal sectors where the pay is low and the skill set doesn't match, and this leads to underemployment. And let's talk about the brief history and the structural context. So, since independence, India shifted from an agrarian economy to an service-led one. And while manufacturing has grown, it's grown steadily and not as fast as required. So, reforms like the liberalization in 1991 boosted the growth, but they did not create enough jobs or labor-intensive jobs for them to hire people that are graduating. So, over time, a large informal sector has emerged where many young people work the contract, social security, or stable wages. And even when people are employed, they may still be underemployed in terms of job quality, and the key causes for these could be like firstly the skill and job mismatch. Many education programs focus on theory rather than the industrial needs. And second is the manufacturing and the informal enterprises are not grown as fast enough as required. And third could be the informal sector is huge and offering work but not security for the job. And fourth would be the regional gap because jobs are concentrated in particular cities or states, leaving the others behind. And people would try to migrate from them to the other states. And the solution, speaking about the solution for this and the rough timeline that I would estimate is like, for example, in the next 5 to 10 years, government and private sector could focus on doing vocational training and skill development and help reduce the gap between the skills required and the job market. And also, the government could promote labor-intensive manufacturing MSMEs by improving infrastructure, using credit access, and also simplifying their regulations. So, in the medium and the long term, over the 10 years and beyond, education system should focus on more on the employability, digital skills, and critical thinking. Finally, the social security and labor market policies should be strengthened so that young workers can move from the informal jobs into formal ones. So, however, these solutions are hard to implement. Government budgets are limited, and there is competing priorities like healthcare and infrastructure to subsidies, and labor market reforms almost and more than often face political and social resistance, and implementing can cause delays due to the bureaucracy that we have. And despite these barriers, tackling youth unemployment and underemployment is crucial. If India succeeds, it can turn it into a demographic dividend and into a real growth and progress. If it fails, wasted talent and frustration can become immediate drag in the country's future. And that is why the economic problem is not only important, but it's urgent and worth discussing. Thank you.